Moreover, he had his hat in his hand, although it had been raining all the morning, and was raining pretty briskly at the very time. Courfeyrac had recognized Father Mabeuf. He knew him through having many times accompanied Marius as far as his door. As he was acquainted with the peaceful and more than timid habits of the old beadle-book collector, and was amazed at the sight of him in the midst of that uproar, a couple of paces from the cavalry charges, almost in the midst of a fusillade, hatless in the rain, and strolling about among the bullets, he had accosted him, and the following dialogue had been exchanged between the rioter of fire and the octogenarian. "Monsieur Mabeuf, go to your home." "Why?" "There's going to be a row." "That's well." "Thrusts with the sword and firing, Monsieur Mabeuf." "That is well." "Firing from cannon." "That is good. Where are the rest of you going?" "We are going to fling government to the earth." "That is good." And he had set out to follow them. From that moment forth, he had not uttered a word. His step had suddenly become firm. Artisans had offered him their arms, he had refused with a sign of the head. He advanced nearly to the front of the rank of the column, with the movement of a man who is marching, and the countenance of a man who is sleeping. "What a fierce old fellow!" muttered the students. The rumor spread through the troop that he was a former number of the Convention, an old regicide. The mob had turned in through the Rue de la Verrerie. Little Gavroche marched in front, with that deafening song which made of him a sort of trumpet. He sang, "Voici la lune qui paraît, qu'en dirons-nous dans la forêt? Demandez Charlot à Charlotte, tout, pour château, je n'ai qu'un deux, qu'une roue, qu'un liard, et qu'une botte. Pour avoir bout de grand matin, d'arroser à la même de thème, de moigneux, étang et ribotte, zizizi pour partir, je n'ai qu'un dieu, qu'une roue, qu'un liard, et qu'une botte. Et ces deux pauvres petits loups, comme deux grives étincelantes, un tigre envoyé dans sa grotte, don, pour moi don. Je n'ai qu'un dieu, qu'une roue, qu'un liard et qu'une botte. L'un juré et l'autre sacré, qu'en dirons-nous dans la forêt? Demandez Charlotte à Charlotte. Tin, pour patine, je n'ai qu'un dieu, qu'une roue, qu'un liard et qu'une botte. They directed their course towards Sainte Marie. Chapter 6. Recruits. The band augmented every moment. Near the Rue des Billettes, a man of lofty stature, whose hair was turning grey, and whose bold and daring mien was remarked by Courfeyrac, Enjolras, and Combeferre, but whom none of them knew, joined them. Gavroche, who was occupied in singing, whistling, humming, running on ahead and pounding on the shutters of the shops with the butt of his triggerless pistol, paid no attention to this man. It chanced that in the Rue de la Verrerie they passed in front of Courfeyrac's door. "This happens just right," said Courfeyrac. "I have forgotten my purse, and I have lost my hat." He quitted the mob and ran up to his quarters at full speed. He seized an old hat and his purse. He also seized a large square coffer of the dimensions of a large valise, which was concealed under his soiled linen. As he descended again at a run, the portress hailed him. "Monsieur de Courfeyrac!" "What's your name, portress?" The portress stood bewildered. "Why, you know perfectly well. I'm the concierge. My name is Mother Veuvain." "Well, if you call me Monsieur de Courfeyrac again, I shall call you Mother de Veuvain. Now speak. What's the matter? What do you want?" "There is some one who wants to speak with you." "Who is it?" "I don't know." "Where is he?" "In my lodge." "The devil!" ejaculated Courfeyrac. "But the person has been waiting your return for over an hour," said the portress. At the same time, a sort of pale, thin, small, freckled, and youthful artisan, clad in a tattered blouse, and patched trousers of ribbed velvet, and who had rather the air of a girl accoutred as a man than of a man, emerged from the lodge and said to Courfeyrac in a voice which was not the least in the world like a woman's voice:— "Monsieur Marius, if you please." "He is not here." "Will he return this evening?" "I know nothing about it." And Courfeyrac added:— "For my part, I shall not return." The young man gazed steadily at him and said:— "Why not?" "Because." "Where are you going, then?" "What business is that of yours?" "Would you like to have me carry your coffer for you?" "I am going to the barricades." "Would you like to have me go with you?" "If you like," replied Courfeyrac. "The street is free, the pavements belong to every one." And he made his escape at a run to join his friends. When he had rejoined them, he gave the coffer to one of them to carry. It was only a quarter of an hour after this that he saw the young man, who had actually followed them. A mob does not go precisely where it intends. We have explained that a gust of wind carries it away. They overshot Saint Merry, and found themselves, without precisely knowing how, in the Rue Saint Denis. End of Book 11, chapters 3 to 6.